Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. It's your boy Laws in the building. Got Aaron. We got to talk about it. What did this joint happen? Monday? This
Yeah,
week? When did
I
this
think it
joint
was.
first?
I think it was. What's today? Friday. I think it was like Wednesday. I first heard about it.
Wednesday. So Woj reported that essentially email Doka, how you pronounce it?
No clue.
Adoka? Udoka? The coach of the Boston Celtics apparently was going to be suspended for conduct that was inappropriate on the team. They called it something like not conduct detrimental, but uh, essentially just inappropriate behavior or whatever. When the story first broke, it was kind of like fishy to me because I'm like what? And apparently, it comes out that Ime was having relations with the VP of finance's wife
And somebody else
and
alleged.
somebody else too. So the story just picked up steam. I mean, I heard, Stephen A. Smith comes out and says, why is this even a story? This happens all the time with our white counterparts. Nobody's saying nothing like, you know, I mean, what are we talking about here? Uh this joint is just taking a bunch of little turns and stuff like that I'm like, just confusing to me. What are your initial sentiments on the joint? Because I think it's more to the story. The fact that this is like out, the fact that they're suspending him, all of that. Just, I mean, what are your thoughts?
Initially, I felt like it wasn't my business who this man's sleeping with, whether it's his
Hmm.
wife or somebody else's wife or not. Um, but of course, when first the initial release of the story was irresponsible. That's the first part. Everybody rushes to be first, so they got out whatever information they had. But with that information, oh, he was dealing with somebody who a female staffer. When they go and look and see the only female staffer is the young lady who they initially accused all over social media, who's
Hmm.
married and has a family, everybody assumed it was her when it wasn't. And they going out making you know what I mean, throwing her picture around all on social media. I think she should
Fail.
sue. Right. Um, and then it turns out it's not a staffer,
You
it's
could you could ruin
somebody
you could
else.
ruin somebody home quick like that.
And they probably did for a while, like because the husband, of course, probably saw that and getting phone calls, messages, and
Yeah.
his family, his
Like,
friends, like,
yeah.
yeah, you're youngin' on the internet. You know how we would be if we seen something like that.
No,
And
you
so,
already know.
and so he probably kirking. Of course, he gonna feel like she lying if she say, "No, that's not me. I didn't do anything." You not believing that? Why is this a national story? So it's like it's really irresponsible now. The people who initially released that story that got her kind of thrown into the mix. Um, Beyond that, when you find out he's smashing somebody's wife who works for the team, whoever that person is has to be connected to somebody really high up for the head coach to get a year suspension. Because typically, not typically, facts, the head coach is more valuable than a VP of finance.
Mhm.
100%. Especially given when you look his first year, he takes them to the finals. When they had the other guy there before that, everybody swore up and down was a genius with the same squad, and he couldn't get that done. So clearly, he's a good coach. For you to take a good coach who just took your team
And
to the
put
finals
them on ice.
and to have this information come out and suspend him for a year, and then to justify what's going to come next, start releasing other things not related to the suspension, kind of is indicative of why it got released in the first place. But when you have people making these decisions out of emotion and out of spite versus thinking things through, going through legal, it gets this messy because they didn't do their homework first. They didn't get their cross their T's and dot their I's. So you have this half-ass story come out and people jumping to conclusions trying to get the facts because everybody want to be first, wanting to
Everybody
put the
want to be
picture of who
first,
it
though.
was.
You
And
saw what's his name jumped out there and then had to retract his statements out there. Just
so it
it's
just
all bad.
yeah, it gets ugly. And that's why I think whoever's wife and whoever's connected to these people that are pissed off were the ones that released that information. Um, and that's why the story came out so ugly.
What does this mean for the Boston Celtics team basketball wise?
They're not going back to the finals.
It's over. It's done. You gotta. I mean, since this is a team sanction, is he like can Ime just quit and just be like, I'm out? Like, y'all
Yeah,
can
but he
keep
wants
this
to get
job.
paid. He want to get paid. So right now, you see with them releasing the story saying, "Oh, he made inappropriate, unwanted comments to somebody else." Now, like they just like basically releasing more and more information to get the public on their side,
Uh,
and they're trying to justify firing him with cause and not having to pay him.
uh,
Because again, it doesn't make sense to be in this situation and then to return as the head coach a year from now. It makes no sense.
I'm not
Like
returning.
if this is the steps they're going to take, they need to go ahead and fire
Yeah,
him.
don't don't try to don't try to put me in timeout.
Because this isn't
Spank,
a league suspension.
spank.
The team is making the suspension,
Yeah,
which teams never like spite themselves. Like they'll deal with a lot of BS
yeah.
before. So he must have
So,
slept with an
so
important
yeah,
white
so
man's wife for
he
this to
stepped
happen.
he stepped on the wrong toes. They were like,
He
we
got the
not
wrong Becky, yeah, or the right one,
yeah,
however you want to put
or the
it.
right one. No,
But
and those situations can be so tricky, though. It could just be so many. There's so many different scenarios that could be at play here. You know what I'm saying? The husband could have found out and was like, "Yeah, you need to stop it immediately,"
we
and
seen
you
this.
know,
We seen
or
stories like this play
we
out.
seen it. We seen it play out, dog. We know personally how these stories can go awry quick. And
So
or you know what I'm saying? Or the youngin found out that he was spreading the seed all around the whole demonstration and then they didn't like it and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you." You know what I'm saying? And you
it's
know,
it's it's a terrible situation, and it is stupid. Like,
it's terrible. It's stupid.
why you got to smash somebody's wife? You rich, you the head coach of the Celtics.
Yo,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. We said it, dog. This happens all the time, dog. Bama's make bad
you
decisions
can't
all
do
the
what
time.
they do, dog. Yeah, but definitely chasing your Johnson, dog. That try to get you in a world of hurt every
The
single
world
time.
of hurt every time, dog. Bama's making decisions with the lower head is always a fail, dog. You always gonna end up in the muck and mire, dog. Yeah, I mean, you got dog. You had a good thing. Now that John on
You're not
ice,
gonna get a
but
team that talented.
mm-mm.
You're gonna end up with
He'll get another job
Orlando.
though.
Hell yeah. But he gonna get Orlando. He gonna get somebody with that got to build from scratch. You're not getting the team with
But again,
Tatum and
but again, though, you gotta think about it too. I don't necessarily. We talking strictly basketball. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing either,
huh?
because sometimes let me tell you why. Because sometimes, right, when you have that type of success that quickly, and you like take them to the mountaintop, and then the next expectation is that you take them back to the mountaintop and you win. Now you don't. That pressure is completely done. So even if you go to another team, right? Like that doesn't have the same talent level, right? I think it's inherent and everybody knows, like, oh, well, this ain't the Boston Celtics. So the expectation is going to be like back tempered regular. Because even before he started coaching, nobody was like the Celtics going to the chip. People thought the Celtics would be a good team, but nobody thought they was going to the chip.
Hell,
It
you
wasn't.
don't even believe the stuff you say.
Hold
You're a
on.
winner.
Let me
You're
say
a
something.
winner. You
Let me
don't
say
think like
something.
that.
Listen, you're right. But what I'm saying is, generally, the public didn't anticipate him going to the chip with the roster, right? They wanted him to do well. It wasn't until they got to the playoffs and Bam was like, "Oh yeah, these Bam is real," and they swept the Brooklyn Nets because before that series started, Bam was like, "Dog, Brooklyn about to get him trouble." Like, I don't know if the Celtics, blah blah. Once they swept Brooklyn and just kind of like then it was like, oh, they real. You know what I'm saying? And I guess the expectations started to grow. I
But you
just
don't, as a competitor, you don't think about expectations as much as you do achieving whatever you have in mind, whether that's winning a chip. And your best
agree,
chance to win a
agree.
chip is with that Celtics roster.
That agree. That was his best chance of winning the chip with that Celtics roster.
He
But
jacked the money for sure.
he definitely jacked the money,
Don't
dog.
smash
And
people wives, dog. It's a
dog,
million youngins. And
I was just going
enlighten the ladies, Harold, or the dudes who never had no youngins, because people
about
seem to be confused on this.
what am I about to enlighten them about?
How this
Marriage?
works? No, 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 no. It don't matter how bad your youngin is.
Oh yeah, it don't
She could
matter.
be a 10 plus 10.
20 don't matter.
It does. It's just what it is.
No, it really comes down to like
Your thirst levels. That's all it comes down to.
thirst levels and your like so there's other caveat, right? Your what do they call it? Your commitment to commitment. So like when you say like you're gonna be with like your youngin or you is he married to Nia Long?
No, he been engaged for they say like 10 years.
Oh,
Whatever. He ain't
man,
want her for real.
that's
He
her
want to
fault.
be
That's her fault.
outside.
That's her fault. It's all Neil Long fault, though. Yeah, no. If a Batman don't wife you and he been with you for 10 years, dog, he don't really want to be with you. I don't care if y'all had kids together. I don't like it just is what it
They said
is,
she
yeah.
just moved her family to Boston 2 weeks ago. And it's Bama dog.
Dog, that's another thing too. What's done in the dark always come to Aaron. You always know I say it, though. It always come to light, dog. You can move in the shadows, but eventually Batman gonna get his mask removed at some point, dog, along the storyline. It's just a matter of when. So you moving like that, dog, you just gotta know that this. I mean, he thinking he a player, dog, because that's how the players be
Teflon.
moving.
Teflon. And
No,
like you said, the expectations weren't there. And then you come in as a first year head coach following a guy who everybody purported to be some super genius, and you take them to the finals your first year. He got to feel like he walking on water over there.
yeah, he was walking on water, but then just like Peter, that Bama tried to like turn away from Jesus and then sink in the water and almost drowned, dog. I'm telling you, get taken away quick. You better keep your head on the swivel. I mean, it's unfortunate. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Nia, she'll be all right. She'll be all right.
She ain't gonna leave him.
I think she might, though.
How old is she? 50?
52.
Where's she going?
I mean, dog, it's Bama's will hold her hand and rock with her, dog. Her and her cigarette smoking.
They'll hit her. They'll hit her. But
They
we're
will
not
hit
talking
it.
about
Well, this
Joe
Bama,
Blows.
he wouldn't wife her. So what you make you really think the
But
next man gonna wife?
but that's what I'm saying. Like Bama's a hit the joint, but we talking about people her caliber, her peers, because clearly she doesn't want somebody like
Well,
a regular Joe Blower. She
well,
would have
he
had one
wasn't.
of
He
those
wasn't.
already.
I don't think he was at her caliber when they first started and got together. I mean, he was an assistant. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But we
I
still
don't.
talking about this group.
Okay,
He like the Bama became the head coach of the Celtics. So clearly there was something, you know what I mean? Like
there was something there.
even if you don't sign the Bama, who's the first round blue chip, Tom Brady got
Yeah,
drafted the sixth round. They saw something
yeah,
the way it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, you're in this group.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
saying she gonna go get the cable guy, but you
yeah.
you still want somebody who's moving in the circle. You know what I mean? Who's
Yeah,
in these
yeah,
circles.
yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
invited to he might not be had the same fanfare back then when they got together, but he invited to the same events. He's
yeah,
still
yeah,
got a guest
yeah,
pass or his name on the list.
yeah, yeah,
And youngins of that caliber tend to want to, especially once they get in the room, they want to stay in the room. Like they don't want to have to go to like, some of these other joints that they might feel is
Mhm.
beneath them. They want to stay in these circles.
I just think, because of the public nature of it, though, it's like other things at play that cause people to just like bow out and just be like, nah, I can't. Because people in their ear, girl, you gotta leave him. He embarrassed you all over national TV, and
It's
you
embarrassing.
need alone. You this and that. You know what I'm saying? The gas gonna get to her head. I just think that it's just hard to
Halle
like
Berry's still single.
and just take that L. I mean, she is, yeah. She went through some tumultuous situations, though. But yeah, it don't matter how bad you are, dog. If the Bama is moving a certain type of way, it just
That's what it is.
that's what it is, dog. I mean,
He want
it's
to be
very
outside
few. He want to
because
be outside, dog.
he didn't fall in
And
love with
and,
somebody in
and,
the office.
and
He
I
was smashing off two separate joints. That means Alabama
Yeah,
just want to
yeah.
do hood
He
rat stuff
thirst
with his friends.
thirst levels was out of control, dog. No governing chip on the thirst, and it probably got increased too because he probably was getting like a rack of love just off the
Facts.
strength. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Because when you nobody know you, it's a little different than when everybody like slurping you around in the streets. They like, young, what's up, man? Like, oh, bro, young, you the man, woo
And
woo,
they
and
see
then
that.
and everybody see it, and then you not in the same space, like you like a professional, like you know what I'm saying, you ain't seen like the players is seen, because the players they like, oh, them Bama's they running the streets, woo, woo, woo. You seen is like more like high class in a sense with the same kind of like prestige and stuff. So dog, I'm telling you, when some Bama sniff that, they get a sniff of that, it just like it puts them on a high that they just don't know how to respond to. And I mean, yeah, bro.
Go
It's
learn today.
yeah, that's a tough way to go, bro. That's a tough way to go. Cause
And
now,
go ahead.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, my question is, did they run this past Tatum, the players, or they just doling out this year's suspension?
They
To me, it
no,
sounded like they
Aaron,
didn't.
they didn't run this past the players,
Like
bro.
like they chose the club over the team. And so
But
if
they
that's
but
the
you
case,
but you know, especially if it is in fact the VP's like Youngin, right? You know how he went about this, Joe.
facts.
He
But
went upstairs to the main big boss office, sat in the jump, and was like, "We need to talk this, and that. You gotta get rid of him today, or I'm going to do X, Y, and Z." Boo, woo, 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 woo. I'm gonna tell him about these business situation. You don't even know what it could be, because you know everybody in the business they
let's
making
go.
money, bro.
Yeah. And that being said, this is why to me it's curious if they didn't talk to the players, because this happens all across every sport. First of all, this happens all across life,
Yeah,
period.
mhm.
Especially in junctures where there's a lot of money
Professional
being
sport,
made, a lot of success.
entertainment. You already
This is
know.
rampant. So the players know this is rampant because they probably
They
know
know.
other Bammers on the team would
They
have
knew.
smashed
It says
other
that
Bammers
players. It
youngins.
says players knew, and they thought it was consensual.
Exactly. That being said, if they know this is the case, but you only singling this Bama out to get him out of here, are players going to request to be traded or moved? Are you going to hear Tatum start having murmurings of, oh, I wouldn't mind playing with KD and Brook? You know what I mean? Like little things start to come out about the players. I think that's what's going to be the most telling about where this came from and how it was handled behind the scenes within the Celtics organization.
Dog, they promoted Joe Mazzulla as the intern head coach. I just don't even know, like, who is main man, bro? They talking about bringing in other coaches and maybe Brad Stevens stepping down
That's what they wanted to do for real.
dog, all of that's a fail. All of that's a fail. And I'm gonna tell you, you know how we always keep it 100. Nobody else is gonna really say when they try these little makeshift moves, like whatever move they're gonna do to try to save face, we're gonna slander it because you didn't have to suspend them. You could have just fined them and just said, look, you have to pay, 150K or whatever. And just, you know what I'm saying, maybe suspend them for the first month of the season or something like that.
No
I don't know.
suspension. Dogs,
No suspension.
Harold,
You're
we know
right.
for a fact these Bama. All right, Jerry Jones got the ticket taker pregnant, dog, with a baby and hid that J for 25 years. Like this happens all across sports. These super rich, super successful Bamas is knocking youngins down in the organization, outside the organization,
Yeah, you're
around the
right.
organization. This happens every day on every team. Like no
Yeah.
suspension. You find the Bama, you make
It's
him apologize behind the
sports
scenes.
report.
This
Yeah.
story doesn't come out.
Yeah.
Whoever youngin he hit,
Yeah. He wasn't having it.
whoever youngin he hit,
That John struck a
the
nerve.
Bama's connected. I don't know if he went to school with
Yeah.
the owner or he might
No,
be the,
no.
the
He yeah.
nephew or
He
something
connected,
else
dog.
is going on.
We gotta find out who he is, dog, and do the digging and find out who he connected to, dog. Because this jump,
Or he got dirt on the owner. Maybe the owner said the
I'm
N word.
saying,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Other stuff like that where he like,
you
look,
already,
I
you
done held
already
all
know,
your water for all these years. I need my favor back, dog. We cannot have this. This is Boston. This
no.
isn't Detroit.
They
This
just
isn't
they just they
Chicago.
just got rid of Sarver. You next if you don't do what I'm telling you. No, yeah, you right, bro. It's so much. Yeah,
People get
something's
hit.
awry all the
People get hit
time.
every day. Every
But
organization.
but in the same vein, dog, Bama's lose it all, dog, over Muyaya all the time, dog. Muyaya, what is it? The big three: Muyaya, drugs, and what's else?
I only see two:
Money,
money and Muyaya. That's it.
money,
If you
money.
got rid of money and Muyaya, every person that was ever born would still be, well, other than natural causes, would still be. It would be no murder in the world, dog. No murder.
Dog, he probably couldn't kill him for real, but he's like, I'm gonna kill his
Yeah,
career. That's what I'm gonna
and
try to
that's how
do.
they brain work, dog. Like, oh, this, okay, I got you. And he probably knew for a minute. He just getting his ducks in order. Sarver got kicked to the curb. He like, oh yeah, perfect time. I got these tapes. You want to hear these tapes?
Dog, I got tapes too. Oh man, dog. I'm sorry, Emo. I'm
Nah,
sorry, bro.
stop. Wives. The Bama's still wrong. Like
Yeah,
that being said,
he
he's still
cold. He
wrong.
cold. He a
He put
cold
himself
perv,
in a
dog.
situation. Yeah,
Yeah, he definitely did. Yeah.
you gotta
Dog, how the
know when you navigate in their spaces, you're not them, dog. You can't do what you see everybody else doing. And I don't know why dudes struggle so much to understand that.
no, but this is the thing. If Youngin was giving them the flavors, he just he ain't know how
She
to
can't
act.
be that bad, Harold. She can't be that bad. You
Dog,
not go.
but you know, dog, bad how youngins look and thirst levels don't have anything. Dog, the thirst levels dog. It's like the jump put binocular. It it like break the synopsis in your brain ways where you don't see straight, dog. A weak bum jump could turn into a bad jump because you just start your brain start thinking about all types of stuff, dog. So the
I believe
thirst
he was the
levels.
thirsty one. I don't believe these youngins was out here seeking it. Like, because you smashing two youngins in the same organization, even we know we wouldn't do this in our office, smash two youngins, because once they find out, you go into HR and your ass is out of it. You already being sneaky with your
then then
youngin.
then you gonna have to deal with the awkwardness, all the what I'm saying.
It's not worth it.
Dog, them type of situations can just turn fragile and like in a quick second. Next thing you know, you die ducking and dodging. You can't go to the Christmas party because you scared your youngin gonna bump into her and it's gonna be some friction
Yeah,
and
it's too
like
much,
it
dog.
just dog. Who's living like that, dog? I just
He got to just check in the clinic like Tiger Woods. Say you got a sex addiction, check into the clinic. Then they got to have sympathy because it's mental health. He got to.
is that the way out?
I mean, he not getting his job back. That's a wrap. But that's the way to like at least garner some sympathy
Yeah,
from the women, because the dudes don't care for real. We know this takes
yeah,
place every day. We're not
yeah.
really tripping off of it, but the women seem to be shocked, particularly because of the attachment to Nia Long
Yeah,
and
Bama's
these
gonna
kind of
about
things.
to start shooting their shot, dog. They about to start shooting their shot over her
I'm about to
way.
go in their DMs today. What you mean?
Dog, she probably she probably wide open right now. The Bama released a
I
statement
guarantee
talking about
you,
he
she
said,
got 100,000 messages in the last 48
"Oh, but
hours.
you already know, dog. Bama's trying to take her off his hands ASAP.
Yeah,
He
me and
don't
Rick
want
was
you."
out eating last night. No, this
Uh
joint is
huh.
kind of is in the same vein, but it's not.
Okay.
And they had a
Story time.
little bad little joint, right?
Okay.
As
Working there.
relatively speaking, yeah, relatively speaking, she was the
Okay.
baddest joint in there. And it
Okay.
was this thirsty, thirsty, thirsty Bama in that drink going at it. And the
Third,
Bama walk up.
thirst levels like when you were a kid, you played outside all day long, dog, and then you get in the house
Yes,
and you
and he
like,
was a little tipsy. So
oh,
this
you
Bama was
already
like,
know.
he came up behind me and said, "Come on, I'll take you. We could go to Fogo de Chao, right?" And I already started snickering. She looked at this nigga and said, "Go finish your beer, nigga." I was on the floor crying. Go finish your beer. I can't even remember what the point was to the story, but it's just,
Yeah,
yeah, when Bama's is thirsty,
there's nothing you can do.
it's nothing you could do.
No, Bama could, if a Bama is thirsty like this, a Bama could come and be like, dog, she weak, bro. Like, leave that joint alone. Stop, young. Like that joint, not even, and it'll make the Bama one or more. That's what kind of problems Bama's be having. You could talk like ration that dog. That's the VP jump, young. You tripping, bro. You gonna
It's
mess up the money? Tell him everything you need to hear, dog. Stand at the gate. That's why the Bible be telling Bama's you got to turn and flee, dog. When the when the junk comes to you, you gotta turn from the devil, dog, and flee. Cause if you keep staring at the Bama, he gonna entice you into the room, bro.
Like you said, it's a challenge for some Bama's. Like he like, man, I'm that dude here. I don't care. Anybody other than the owner is not off limits. Like I'm
Dog, and this is another caveat too. The Bama probably close to the players too, and then players is probably get like you know
like,
them
what's
younger
up,
coaches.
coach?
They
And then they
like
snicker and
coach,
they look at
they like, hey coach, what's up? And then he like, oh yeah, and you know
not
how
meeting
like
with anybody today, coach.
that
Who you meeting
bravado.
with today, coach? You know how it go.
You already know
Oh,
how
he
I go.
trying to run through the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
gamut.
yeah. That man trying to get his street cred up in the locker room. So when, so
And
when
that
the players,
contribute.
cause you know the players they get young, they on Pee Wee's Playhouse out there. So he trying to keep up with them, and you know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, you already know how it go, Aaron.
Facts.
Dog, but ain't nobody tell him, dog. Like, hey, bro, at the end of this train track, dog, the track end. After you get through that tunnel, the track ends. So you better get off this train, bro. Yeah, that jump. I wonder how long the jump was going on for.
How long you been there?
The whole year?
Thirsty Bammers don't just wake up one day and say, okay, now it's safe to be thirsty. They generally navigate life as a thirsty Bama. So you might not come right out like why you 4-8. You're not gonna come out and be like, hey, what's cracking? But he make a
Mm-hmm.
little call, oh, you look nice today. And then the
Mm-hmm.
feedback you get, you can right
You
away
already
when
know. Yeah.
if she with it or if she not, you just don't know how long it's gonna take you to get where you trying to get. So he been shooting this shot from probably from day one.
Yeah.
Day one.
Oh, man. Now that Bama suspended camp, step on the court, though.
And they gonna fire him and keep his money.
That's what they trying to do. I would just go up to the front office and say, let me go. Fire me. It's okay. Y'all don't have to, like, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want, I mean, if y'all, I still would like fight for a grievance to get the bread. But if they end up keeping the bread, I mean, so be it. But though it's a lot of other teams that would die to have a coach of his caliber. One being the Washington Wizards. I'm just saying.
So you after all this, you take him to the
In a
organization.
heartbeat, dog. What you mean? Dog, I mean, granted, this ain't the Washington football team. So yeah, I take him in a heartbeat, dog. It's different kind of situations with the Wizards.
Yeah, you ain't got nobody working for the team. You say it's the Bama's that's in the organization that got to worry because you know all them cornball Bama's gonna be, oh hell no, we don't need this guy and these distractions. They gonna spend it to everything else, but you know what it really is.
Yeah. No, he gonna stop though. This right here this is more than a slap on the wrist.
Name one time you've ever
Slap
seen
on.
Thirst stop without a body.
Dog, thirst can stop. When Bama's get older and they get
The
wiser
nigga
or they running.
50. It been two
Yeah,
months. He
you
was
right,
smashing
but
a
no,
week ago.
but no, but no, dog. It's like you riding the dirt bike and then you fall off the jump. You're not gonna ride the dirt bike, dog, for a while because you caught an L. You know what I'm saying? You have a major injury, break your arms, your leg, you hemmed up in the hospital like this. I mean, that's essentially what this is. You out into the world as a as a
Bama who get the
pervert type
youngin.
Batman. Who get you? I mean, yeah, that too. I mean, you better
It was
off just being
consensual.
back in. It's better. You better off just being in the streets and just owning being a thirst type Batman. I
That's not
mean,
what's fun for him. He want to have a main youngin and sneak and be creepy and do his thing
no,
behind the
that's
scenes.
way too much work, bro. That's way too much work. Way too much. Um, yeah, dog. I mean, it is what it is, and you got to deal with the consequences. But yeah, if we talking strictly basketball and coaching, dog, coaches we got is trash. Come on, Ema. You can come on over here. I mean, yeah, but yeah, well, I'm sure some more stuff gonna come out about it in the next couple months and days. I mean, we'll see how it plans out if they actually end up firing him and let him go. If I was him, that's what I'd be trying to push for. Just let me go. so that he could, find other employment somewhere else that'll take him. Um, yeah, follow us at OSS 980, other side of sports. It's your boy Laws. And we out.